And back to the moment. We're in the Los Angeles, California area getting ready for our ShoBox main event at the Maywood, California Activity Center. The fight crowd here is settling in for a Friday night matchup of junior middleweights as Anthony Thompson takes on Darnell Boone in a bout scheduled for 10 rounds. Nick Charles with Steve Farhood ringside and as ready as you are. Anthony Thompson's stellar amateur credentials, Steve, was blowing through the junior middleweight division as a pro until ShoBox alum Grady Brewer knocked him cold. Given that happened 2 years ago, would it be in Darnell Boone's best interest to jump on Thompson and test his chin?
Test his chin, Nick, most definitely, because Darnell Boone is not skilled, experienced, or quick enough to outbox Anthony Thompson. And I don't really think he's the type to outwork him either. He has to test his chin, but jumping on him might not be the answer. Give Anthony Thompson a little confidence. Have Thompson come in at him. Thompson likes a double left hook. Answer with the right hand. That's Boone's ticket to victory. Right hand over the top. Test the chin.
Boy, confidence is one thing Anthony Thompson never seems to lack as we get a look at him. He has got some attitude, and he's 24 years old. Won 2 national amateur titles, Golden Gloves Championship, and competed in the 2000 Olympic trials. He turned pro 4 years ago. Thompson's a devout Hebrew Israelite, and he wouldn't fight on Friday nights until recently, which kept him under the radar of most boxing fans. He's had a change of heart, obviously. Thompson's got excellent hand speed and movement and always seems to be in position to punch. He's coming off an early KO win and is now 20-1 with 15 knockouts. Steve, take us behind those numbers.
Well, have there been lingering effects, Nick? Thompson suffered his only loss more than 2 years ago. The Brewer fight was a huge setback, and Thompson's been matched very carefully ever since. Pure pedigree. Consider this difference. Thompson was a 2-time national amateur champion. Boone didn't start boxing until age 23 and fought only 12 amateur bouts. Big advantage, Thompson. And set for takeoff, Thompson has kept busy. He's always in shape, and with the exception of the Brewer fight, he's produced impressive results. It would seem time for him to launch.
He's from Philly. What's he doing with Laker colors on? Here's the guy in the blue and white. We're looking at Darnell Boone, 26 years old, didn't start boxing until 3 years ago, and it's been on-the-job training for him since he turned pro 22 months ago. He's fought 4 times already this year, though, including a big win over Rasheem Brown and a questionable loss only 4 weeks ago. Darnell Boone, 10-4-1, 4 knockouts. What's behind the numbers, Steve?
Well, cruel matchmaking. Forget having to fight on the road. Consider that Boone's opponents have won a combined 81% of their bouts. That might be a ShoBox record. Man in the middle, Boone is a middleweight. Thompson's been a career-long junior middleweight. They're fighting somewhere in the middle. That is a possible advantage, Boone. And sneaky power. With only 4 KOs, Boone doesn't appear to be a puncher. But he floored Olympic gold medalist Andre Ward, and he staggered the undefeated James Countryman.
So that's the setup story for our main event tonight on ShoBox. Anthony Thompson's got the amateur credentials. Darnell Boone's fought the tougher opponents in the pros. Now they meet on ShoBox. So let's go back to ring announcer Hector Duarte.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the Maywood Activity Center here in Maywood, California, where all tonight's action is being brought to you by Top Rank Incorporated in association with Ray Alporta's KO Productions and Showtime. Introducing your judges as appointed by your California State Athletic Commission. First, from Beverly Hills, California, Chuck Hassett. From West Covina, California, David Mendoza. And from Eagle Rock, California, Dr. Lou Moret. Your referee in charge of the action, Dr. James Jen Kim. This feature bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing in the junior middleweight division and is the ShoBox main event of the evening. Presenting first, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing the blue trunks with the silver trim and weighing in at 157 pounds. His record stands at 10 wins with 4 losses, 1 draw, and 4 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome from Youngstown, Ohio, by way of Atlanta, Georgia, Darnell, the Diesel, Boone. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He wears the purple and gold trunks and weighed in the same as his opponent at 157 pounds. His professional record, 20 wins with only 1 defeat and 15 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Anthony the Messenger Thompson. Your referee, Dr. James Jem Kim, here to give instructions.
Mouthpiece, mouthpiece. Low blows here, low blow here. Gentlemen, obey my commands, let's go.
Pretty even in the numbers here, but at 157 pounds, Thompson a little bigger than he's been, and Boone a little smaller than he's been.
Same rules apply. California prevails here in that the difference is you can be saved by the bell in the last round. The referee or the doctor can stop the fight. 10 rounds. Junior middleweights Anthony Thompson has been back. He's been on the comeback trail since suffering that second round knockout to Grady Brewer 2 years ago. The Messenger is in the purple and gold, and we see Darnell Boone.
Let him go, let him go.
Who, as Steve indicated, should wisely try to eventually see what Thompson's chin is made of. And it's going to be fascinating to see if that's had any lingering effect. How do you really know?
Well, I'm not that worried about these guys hitting each other with their gloves, Nick. I'm worried about them hitting each other with their hair.
Just don't hit us with your hair, will you?
Stop boxing.
I sort of worry about that with you. So.
No,
yeah. 20 years ago.
Thompson, a much busier fighter typically. He can box, he will brawl, says he wants the KO.
And Thompson, 82 rounds. You see that he turned pro well before Boone, but doesn't have that many rounds. A lot of his early fights were pretty easy and he scored early knockouts.
Steve, it's very early, but I'll tell you, Boone in blue, the one thing I see, he's not going to be shoved around. He's typically fought a lot heavier than Thompson, and he looks like the stronger, basically bigger guy to me.
Yeah, and I think the more you see stuff like this, wrestling, clinching, infighting, I think that would certainly be something Boone would like.
Punch it, come out.
Every fight I've seen Thompson with never gets beat to the punch. Always gets off first and doubles that left. He's taking his time now, and Boone is fighting a very smart fight. He's in his face enough, backing off, and maybe hoping Thompson will run into some shots. And going for broke there. That uppercut out of nowhere. They like Boone from his corner. The fact that he backed Thompson off a little bit.
Punch it out. No hold, Boone. No hold. Let him go.
Well, I'm a little surprised already. I know Thompson I thought he would absolutely force the pace, but Boone hanging right there with him, punching with him, and now getting off first with that little baby left hand shot. And backing him off in the exchange. So good first round for Darnell Boone, Steve.
Yeah, he's being patient. He's not pressing that much. Looks like he wants to counterpunch.
Thompson trying to get his rhythm, little stutter step, trying to double that jab up and close distance behind it.
Let him go.
And right out of the clinch, Thompson cracks with the right hand. Boone with an uppercut. Thompson, a little head fake, trying to deke and see if Boone will bite and commit.
A lot of bouncing from Anthony Thompson.
Stop boxing.
That's to get his rhythm.
Solid first round here in our main event. Both fighters talked about what they want to do tonight, obviously besides win or how they're going to get there.
Jabbing, dropping right hands, uppercuts, knockout.
I'm going to definitely make a statement. I'm going to let him know that if he come in this kitchen that it's kind of hot. So basically the first 2 rounds, pacing myself, stand behind my jab, giving him angles side to side, and if he try to rush me, you know, let him know that I ain't going nowhere.
Action from round one. Not a lot of clean punches, but Boone rushing in there, misses badly lunging with the right hand, which he does do often, but connecting with the straight left. That was an awkward but effective combination.
Here we go, round two. Something we haven't seen tonight, Steve. A second round. Here comes Boone forcing the pace, and he gets clocked on the way in. Just stayed in the pocket a little bit too long. Now he blocks punches. He's in the blue, and he's got Anthony Thompson backing up. It's something obviously
break clean, let him go.
Thompson doesn't want to do. When you set the pace and you're so fast with that hand speed and movement, Steve, I would think Thompson would want to be coming forward and keep turning Darnell Boone.
Turn him, yes, but if Boone gets too close, Thompson's not too proud to grab. He's grabbing and holding. That shows discipline, something he hasn't always shown in the past. Sometimes he brawls a little more than he needs to.
Now Thompson's fighting, backing up effectively, and now he's got Boone doing the same.
Yeah, that time it was Boone doing the holding.
Boone waiting, trying to time Thompson's jab.
Stop boxing, break clean, let him out.
Good idea to do that, or to punch with him? What do you think, Steve?
No, I would try to counter punch. I wouldn't punch with him. As soon as he sees that jab, it's really the second left hand coming from Thompson that Boone wants to counter punch.
Got that good hook. Huh? You got to really keep his hands up. Hitting on the break, and Thompson apologizes to the ref. He should apologize to Boone. Boone is fighting very composed fight, Steve. For a guy who took up boxing 3 years ago, his technique looks pretty solid.
Stop boxing, break clean, let him go.
Yeah, Boone still lunges, Nick. I think he charges in a little bit without much of a plan. Now that is simple boxing right there. Good, strong jab, whether it's to the head or body.
Yeah, really stuffing and making Thompson miss.
Punch it out. Hold it.
Thompson has not landed many clean blows in this round. And not significantly outworking Darnell Boone in blue.
Good holding.
Now Thompson cracks to the ribs. Oh, nice combination from Thompson, and Boone backs off. Boone trying to suck it up as he absorbs another blow to the body. Now Thompson, little feints.
Stop boxing, break clean.
It's pretty clear that Boone cannot match Thompson's hand speed. Thompson can throw a lot of punches in a short period of time.
Right. He's not going to win those
Let him go,
exchanges.
Boone, let him go.
But he keeps punching.
Let him go.
And then holds on. Crowd wants more action. I think it's a pretty good pace. Closing out round two, scheduled for 10.
Time. Stop falling in.
Every time you jab, he comes in. He's trying to hit you with an uppercut. I told you. Counter it with the right hand, man. Pull my cut, dude.
Gotcha, baby.
And get your rhythm, man. You gotta get the rhythm. Stop
This is going into a wrestling match. I'm going to take away points.
Okay, Doc. It's not him holding. And all he's doing is trying to hold you and fight you inside like a dude. Did I tell you jab to the body?
Stop falling in. Stop falling in.
Keep your range.
Keep your range. Keep you falling in. Let your punches go. Bounce. Don't stand still.
Action from round two. We talk about the physical gifts of Anthony Thompson. You want to see hand speed. That's it, and that's exactly the type of attack that Boone wants to counter with a right hand over the top. He didn't do it there.
How do you have it after two, Steve?
Well, the first round was very close, Nick. You could argue it either way. I've given both rounds to Thompson.
more.
I thought Boone won the first round, but again, it is open to debate. And now it's Darnell Boone in blue coming out with the double jab. He's got his hands up. He is open to the belly, and they want Thompson to jab to the body. And also counter that uppercut with a right hand. And there was the uppercut from Boone. Nothing coming back that hit the mark from Thompson. Thompson clearly the faster fighter, as you mentioned, and certainly a better mover. But Boone trying to force him to fight. But here picking his shots a little bit more. Trying to read, react.
Nick, what I've noticed is that even when Thompson leads, neither guy is easy to hit when the other punches first. So it's really going to be a matter of who counter punches better. Thompson isn't landing a lot when he leads.
Oh, and he ran into a right hand uppercut from Boone, but didn't land flush. And there's an uppercut in the clinch from Thompson. Good punch. And a legal one. Referee warned him, no wrestling match here. They want him to box and not clinch and brawl. Good combination from Thompson as he picks his shot selectively, backs off, and loads up again. Now there's Boone with a real half-hearted attempt at a jab. Thompson didn't grab on. Thompson so quick, just evading any kind of
Stop boxing, break clean, let him go.
danger there.
Let him go, let him go, let him go. Let him go.
Boone trying to close the gap, but Steve, you're right. A lot of lunging. He could run into some punches here. Really not working intelligently behind a jab to cut the distance between he and Thompson.
Yeah, when he jabs, he lunges, he runs in.
Punch it, come out. Punch it, come out. Punch it, come out.
I think Thompson knows he's in pretty tough. His recent opposition since the knockout has not been that demanding. Boone is a better fighter than his record, Nick. It's just really a question right now of strategy. And I don't know if Boone, the bigger guy, but not the busier guy, not the better skilled guy. I don't know if laying back like this is the answer.
Punch it out, punch it out.
I agree. In some of the fights we saw against pure boxers, Boone did lay back when he should have been in.
Stop boxing, break.
Seems a little bit more aggressive tonight. But again, that was smart aggression. Don't run into that left hook from Thompson. It looks like Thompson's trying to set that punch up.
Keep him up, keep him up. Stop boxing, break clean. Let him go. Stop boxing, no more of those kidney punches. You know what?
Better round. Listen to me. Huh? See what happens when you fight. Are you tired? No. Listen to me. See what happens. See what happens when you fight. See what happens when you fight. Listen to me, man. You stay busy with this kid. 1-1-2, 1-1-2-3. All you gotta do is stay busy with this kid. You got it? Listen, baby. Come on, Darnell. Pick it up. We need to fight. We need it. Okay? We need this round big. Okay, we gotta even this fight up. Come on.
Action from round 3. Boone's best moments have been when he counter punches, and there it is. That's a nice shot. Most fighters are not going to have much of a defense against that type of counter punch because Boone dipped and came up with a right uppercut. Not a counter punch you see too often. Landed flush there. Didn't seem to hurt Thompson, but it did land flush.
He would be the best puncher of the round, though. Who'd you give the round to, Steve?
First and third rounds were close. I gave it to Thompson again, Nick. I want you to disagree and argue with me here so that when
Jack Lowe thought that he thinks it's 2-1. I agree with
Hey, wipe that floor.
With Darnell Boone's corner on this. I think Boone's picked up the first round. Third awfully close, but we'll see. One thing Boone has lacked before he is new to the sport is rock solid condition. He vows that was not the case tonight. We'll see about it.
Well, Jack Lowe wants much busier style from Boone. Low blow there. And the reason he wants that is he wants him to back Thompson up and to take his heart away. That's the plan. That's what Jack Lowe said to us in the fighter meeting.
I think Boone did a great job there, just getting off the ropes, and Thompson didn't challenge him and let him escape. Boone looking a lot more fluid. Again, I think he has pretty good foundation for a guy who's been in the sport 3 years, and he's certainly not intimidated by Anthony Thompson and hasn't felt any kind of full flush shot.
Stop boxing, break clean, stop boxing.
Yeah, that's discouraging.
That's a good point. He's not getting hit flush. Thompson has not been particularly accurate. And I think that's because Boone is a pretty good defensive fighter.
I was going to ask you because one of the traits I love about Thompson, fast, accurate puncher. He really hits the mark, but not tonight. And they're missing, whiffing there as Thompson rolled underneath that and comes back with that uppercut. He's looking for that right hand counter, and it looks like Thompson's looking for that left hook.
Well, Jack Lowe wanted more punches from Boone. We're halfway through round 4, Nick. I don't think he's throwing 15 punches this round.
Top boxing, break clean, let him go.
Exactly, they're calling for Boone to let his hands go. Well, neither guy has really picked it up. Right hand picked off by the gloves of Boone. His double jabs in the face of Boone, which prevented him from getting his offense rolling, but really didn't land. But again, Steve, he hit on it. Thompson, a much busier fighter, which would give him this 4th round, if anything, by default.
I don't think I've seen, more than 1 or 2 flush punches this whole round.
Nice left hand as Boone continued following up. So those 3rd and 4th shots would be the ticket. And there, that left hand backed up Anthony Thompson. We talked about the chin, and Thompson maybe hung his out a little bit and almost got hung out to dry on that. Let's see if it has what kind of a telltale effect. Thompson looks a little bit dazed. He's definitely backing off, Steve. Not holding on, though. Oh, nice combination. So laying in the woods a little bit is Anthony Thompson. And Boone not picking it up at all and walking into some shots there. So his chances go by the wayside, but a nice clean punch from Boone, the punch of the fight. Well, if you love boxing, Showtime's the place to be.
Showtime, America's #1 boxing network, swept the ESPN.com Boxing Awards in 2005 with the best new prospect.
He got clocked with a right hand.
The best round.
Morales coming back after being on the canvas twice here in the 10th.
The best fighter.
So this one really raising some eyebrows. Ricky Hatton firing away.
The best knockout.
Codrington's walled and left. And it's over.
And the fight of the year.
Castillo's in trouble. Week steps in, and the fight is over.
For the best in boxing, it's Showtime, America's #1 boxing network.
Take it sweet. Darnell, you got to fight with this kid. You got to fight.
Action for round 4. Best punch of the fight. Thompson with his hands a little low and his chin in the air. He told us yesterday, my chin stays down now. It was up there, and that's why Boone landed that big left hook.
Let him go, let him go, let him go.
From here, it didn't look like that was full force, great extension on that hook. It didn't look like much was on it. Of course, I wasn't on the receiving end of it. I'm surprised it seemed to stagger Thompson the way it did. So he's definitely got Anthony Thompson's respect, or his attention. Whether he's got his respect, we don't know. But Thompson certainly not dominating this fight. How do you have it after 4, Steve?
Well, based on that one punch, the only clean punch of round 4, I gave round 4 to Boone. Thompson had 39-37.
And here comes Thompson back with a nice combination.
Boone bleeding from the nose a little bit.
Yeah, he's beginning to sharpen up now, Thompson. Thompson with a shot to the kidney.
Top boxing. Get that camera back and hit him on the head. Hey, get that camera back.
Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
our
doctor.
camera. Wait a minute. That's our camera.
Hey, the third man in is the boss. The Stone Cold
Get
boss.
that camera back.
I did see a fighter get KO'd by a camera in a world title fight, Virgil Hill.
Boy, now Boone got to pick it up a little bit. In the 5th, scheduled for 10. He's got to do more offensively.
Thompson has a better sense of distance, Nick. And what I mean by that is when he comes forward, the punch he throws lands and is thrown from the distance where it can land, and it's short. Boone lunges with his jab. See Boone coming forward now. Let's see what he does. Well, he covers up because he had a jab in his face, but Boone a little square when he leads and a little long with his punches.
Yeah, I really like Anthony Thompson's mobility, though. He's just such a fluid mover. Now with the double jab, and just always seems to be in position to punch again. Boone seems to be emptying his tank a little bit. And it's not because of overabundance of work.
Let him go, let him go, let him go.
He approached the halfway mark of this fight, and his work rate has slowed. see there, Thompson doing nothing, and Boone electing to do the same. He's got to win those kind of rounds by taking the action, taking the play.
Well, Thompson hasn't done much with his jab all fight, and I think that probably surprises him.
They punch together. Boone trying to land that right uppercut. He's done a better job, though, Steve, don't you think, of his balance, better job with his balance. Boone, we've seen him look horrible in some fights, just absolutely ready to be hit. Out of position.
Well, as long as he's not leading, his balance is okay. He's only going to hurt Thompson if Thompson's coming at it and throwing punches. Then they'll be open. Otherwise, I don't think Boone, by initiating, is going to land anything big.
And not overreach.
You ain't letting it go, Diesel. You ain't letting it go, baby. Huh? You ain't letting it go, man. Listen, you got to quit grabbing on the inside. You got to work better on the inside. Hold it. Hold this for me. Somebody, hold this. You got to work on the inside. You have to work, Darnell. You're giving this kid the fight, Darnell.
No more holding, both of you.
Come on, Darnell. Damn it, man.
Now throw back with this motherfucker.
All right, watch out, man. Listen to me, man. Come on, man.
Doing good.
What?
Hey, what do you think? You made me miss. Breathe with me. Yo, you made me miss, man, but you in camera. Do what you do in the gym.
Cold water, cold water.
You got
cold water. It's down there, cold water. Yeah. Got it. Breathe. Come on, breathe.
Here you go, Hank.
It's good money, baby.
We're on the shoulder.
Halfway through, who looks more tired, Steve? Fatigue is a question at all. And I say a question, not a big concern.
Yeah, not a big concern. I don't see the fighter really slowing down.
Boy, Boone went right at it.
Stop boxing.
Thompson was waving to
What
the
did I say
crowd or
about kidney
something.
punches? No more. Go.
So warning Thompson to the kidney punches. Oh, Boone walked into a left hand there. Thompson on his back leg gets the ropes in the corner now. Trying to push his way out.
Stop boxing. Quickly. Let him go.
Boone's corner, Jack Lowe really imploring him again. You're just not doing it. And he isn't, Steve, is he?
No, he's not, and he lands a right hand there, but he doesn't seem to have much of a plan. And he's not implementing a strategy anyway, that's for sure. I'm not impressed with Thompson either. I don't think he's looked sharp.
Not looking sharp.
His punches he's not landing a high percentage at all.
Puncher, come out.
But he's throwing more shots. He's throwing to the body on occasion, which Boone isn't doing at all. And he's scoring points with those shots.
Yeah, he's won most of the rounds that way. Little crossover defense from Thompson, using that good upper body movement to stay out of danger. And there's Boone just trying to pick off punches on the gloves to create some kind of an opening once he walks inside. Thompson content to take the lead with nothing coming back. Why not?
Punch it out, punch it out, punch it out. Punch it out, punch it, come out. Stop boxing, quickly.
Thompson fires rapid combination.
Punch it, come out.
These guys not exactly scoring a lot of KOs late in fights.
Well, Boone's doing nothing except absorbing shots.
Exactly, and his record in distance fights, well, that's where his 4 losses came from. He has been stopped once, Boone, in the 6th and final round of a fight.
Stop boxing.
Steve, he's going to get a serious talking to by Jack Lowe after this round. There's no doubt about it. Came out with some fire, and after that, he's been covering up most of the time. Maybe trying to stutter step his way in, not working off his jab.
Punch it out.
He seems to have really forgotten that against Thompson. And as you said, it really can't be that effective. He's got to wait and counter this guy.
Hold it, let him go.
But if I'm Thompson, I would not wait to be countered. You just punch and get out. Walked into a little left hand there.
Punch it, come out, both of you.
Thompson.
Let him go.
You see, Nick, when they're inside, there hasn't been much infighting, but when they are on the inside, it's all Thompson setting the pace. He's landing the shots and getting out, or he's landing the shots and clinching and bringing the referee in. Boone's have been really ineffective on the inside.
Boy. Well, that could be a disaster for him. Because again, he's not going to outspeed this guy. He's not going to win the exchanges unless he keeps punching. Now trying to shorten up inside, back off, create a little punching room with the bell.
Come on, give me that bucket.
Come on, TJ.
Breathe. Deep breath.
I know, he's way... Are you tired? You got to fight, man, because he's way tired of you. What rounds did the clock say? What rounds that thing say? Seventh round coming up, Darnell. We got 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're losing the fight. We're losing the fight, man. All right, guys, I got to get in here.
When you're on the shoulder, and do what we do in the gym. You on the shoulder, the ref ain't gonna break it up. Clap that right hand down when you do it. Please do that. And I guarantee you taking out. You feel good? Shut it up. Shut it up, baby.
Well, when you come down to it, Boone's had that one left hand. And that's about it. And why shouldn't Jack Lowe tell him exactly that you're losing the fight?
Go. Go. Go.
You know what? I don't really understand
what's
why.
Thompson waiting for?
Yeah, I mean, the bell rang.
He did it in the last round,
and
too.
I don't know why Jen can stop Boone from coming forward and attacking.
And now Boone is on the attack. It's almost like Thompson wanted to run into an ambush or ambush him into a...
Punch it out. Punch it out.
Sucker him in somehow.
No.
Here, Anthony Thompson firing off clip after clip.
Punch it come out. Let him go. Punch it out.
Boone just covering up.
Get that camera back.
Nice body shot from Thompson. Trying to split those gloves, and Boone stopped punching completely. There's that counter left hand, though.
Well, Boone's got the right idea. The best chance he has is when Thompson's throwing multi-shot combinations. But Boone just isn't. He tried it once there at the end. It's not enough. He's got to get more.
He's got to knock him out with a shot then.
That's the way we explained it in the beginning. We thought his ticket to victory was a right hand.
Punch it come out. Punch it out.
One shot to hurt Thompson. He's not going to outwork him, and he's not going to outspeed him or outbox him.
Thompson trying to create a little space right now. There's a left hand from Boone.
Don't hold Thompson. Let him go. Let him go.
Very involved referee is Dr. James Jenkin. And that's a good thing.
He had deducted a point from our cameraman. I have to talk to Showtime about that.
Punch it come out. Both of you. Hot box. Break clean. Break clean.
Boone's got to pick it up. This has been all Thompson this round. Cracks to the body, back with that double hook.
That's the double hook that Boone wanted to counter with a right hand. He hasn't tried a counter once.
He's a little afraid of it, Steve, in my opinion. He's afraid of getting knocked out by it, perhaps.
Stop boxing. Break clean.
I agree with you, Steve. He just doesn't have a clear-cut plan. And I'm not saying a plan A, B, C, but just the fighting class to do something different when things aren't working well, and they're obviously not working well against this guy.
Yeah, his balance isn't great. Right there, you see him coming forward. He's pretty squared up.
Thompson simply outboxing him.
Yeah, his feet are too close together. I mean, there's a lot technically not too good about Boone right now.
Thompson scoring with an overhand right, but look at that left hand low. It's no jab.
Stop boxing. Stop boxing.
Little left hand from Boone just grazed Thompson.
Time.
The next edition of ShowBox features the undefeated Peterson brothers. First, it's Anthony Peterson, who's won 12 of 16 by KO, taking on once-beaten Hector Munoz in an 8-round bout. Then, big brother Lamont faces Matthew Strode in the 10-round main event. Join us for the next edition of ShowBox The New Generation, Friday, April 28th, 11 p.m. Eastern and Pacific.
Action from round 7. You see Boone on the ropes. Believe it or not, this is his best opportunity to land something big, counterpunching, when Thompson commits to big shots in flurries like this. And you see Boone tried it, but it didn't work. And prior to him trying his combination, he took several shots. Can't win a round like that.
Now let's see how they start this round. Now Thompson meets him in the middle.
Let him go, Thompson. Let him go.
bro.
You put it there. I'm going to take away a point next time, Thompson. Punch it out. Punch it out.
Here comes Boone.
Punch it out. Punch it
Really
out.
trying to
Punch
pick it up, and he's got to. Hopelessly behind, we would say, on our card.
Boone has that tendency to lunge with his jab. You see him overreach with his right hand. His balance just isn't that good.
Steve, we talked about both fighters needing the same thing. Top of the show, imposing performance, national TV. We're not getting it from either guy. What should Thompson do differently at this point? He's winning every round. Is he doing enough? You talked about his lack of real sharpness. Is he improving at all in this fight? Or is it a fact of Boone declining?
Yeah, I don't think Thompson's improving in this fight. Thompson's tried a lot of different things. He's backed up. He's come forward. He's tried a little bit of fighting on the inside where he's landed his best combinations. But the problem for him starts with the fact that his jab hasn't been a factor at all.
That's a good point. Because he does so many other things well, just there. Really backing up, just compacting that little left hand and these firing off combinations like that. Not that every punch is landing, but
punch it.
He's getting through a little bit, so he does so much right. But he starts off all wrong like that.
Thompson's mouth open right now.
You know, I've looked at him suspiciously saying, is this guy in premium shape? Since that knockout 2 years ago, he's had 5 fights. 3 last year. This is his 06 debut. And
the next guy will hold the points going away.
Wow. Really not a lot of work, Steve, in the last couple of years.
Punch it out. Don't hold it. Punch it. Come out.
Darnell Boone is looking for a miracle.
Come here. No more farting around. You understand? Both of you. You fight. Let's go.
The referee wants more fighting and less farting.
Yeah. Well, that's that. I'll buy that. It's a small arena.
Yeah, I never and we're sitting pretty close. You know what? I think Jen Kin is over-refereeing there. I really haven't seen any reason for these speeches. He did take a point away from the low right hand by Thompson.
Well, Thompson fighting mad now. The superior speed winning out. And there's Boone looking for that right uppercut.
He shot up and punched.
Nice right hand from Thompson. Doesn't follow up, but it seemed to back Boone off big time. I think Boone's a little gassed. A little bit of blood perhaps trickling from Boone's nostril.
1 point him. Hold him. 1 point him, hold him.
So Boone goes from bad to worse for Darnell Boone.
I have not seen excessive holding.
Let him go.
You're holding, man. You're holding.
I ain't holding no motherfucking body.
You gotta fight. Quit worrying about the shit and just fight.
You know what? This may cost somebody a fight. Don't be stupid.
Come on, man.
Step back and hit him. Do what you're supposed to. I took away 1 point for both of you.
Listen.
You gotta beat him.
No more messing around. Fight. No more game.
Keep your fucking mouth. As soon as you get your wings, you don't put your hands back up.
You think you're tired? He's tired, more tired than you.
He is tired to death. If you put your shit together, it's over.
I'm telling you. And take your time,
So
man.
Dr. James Jen Kin deducted a point from both guys, Steve.
Hey, nobody's hurt. Make sure you work.
Well, here it is in round 8. Watch the low blow right hand by Thompson. Inside. That's the one. That's the one. Kept waiting. I kept saying, that's not low. That's not low. Now, this is where the point deduction comes.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
You know what? The guy holding there was Thompson, not Boone.
Punch it out. Let's go. Punch it out.
We're in the ninth.
Let him go.
In Maywood, California, Anthony Thompson on the comeback trail since suffering that devastating knockout.
Shut up. Work it. Work it. Punch it. Let him go.
Darnell Boone's done nothing to really discourage Anthony Thompson other than that one little left hand.
Thompson aggressive this round, walking to his man, busy, throwing more punches.
Little left hand, and now from Boone, who's squared up and gets hit by a left to the belly. Thompson able to, a little bit wild, but he's so much busier.
Punch it out. Both of you, punch it out. Let him go.
Well, we talk about Boone learning on the job. That's why his record isn't that good, 10-4 with a draw. It's just tough at this level. When you're fighting a guy who's one of the best amateurs in the world, you know, it's tough to learn on the job. He doesn't really have a plan B, and he doesn't have the balance or a sense of distance to land the right shot.
He finally hit Thompson with a little right hand coming in. That uppercut is the punch he's looking for to change his fight.
Yeah, and I think he's overused it. I would rather see an overhand right than a right uppercut. I don't see Thompson bending over at the waist that much that calls for an uppercut.
There's a looping overhand wild right from Boone. And we talked about Thompson's chin. Anybody could get caught. He was knocked out 2 years ago, but Boone has not threatened him in the power department. Minute to go in the ninth.
Punch it, come out. Punch it out.
Thompson punching on the way out. Good move. Waiting. Missing badly. Nice counter right from
Thompson. Punch it out. Punch it out.
Thompson have a little bit more fun here. He's got to be careful there. The desperation right hand from Boone landed. Not much on it. And there we see Thompson flashing the speed, but walking into a punch there.
And Nick, you know, watching Boone, he looks flat. This is his 5th fight this year. It's only March 31st. I wonder if that's the reason he's so flat.
Okay. Thompson just doesn't think Boone has the guns to hurt him because he stands in the pocket after he punches. Sometimes doing nothing. 1 round to go here.
But you do one shot. Every time you jab him, man. Every time you jab him, he comes in. Whip the right uppercut, left hook behind it. Throw the combination, man. You throwing one shot, man.
One shot.
Put that shit together. Hey, listen. He tired. He more tired than you. Would you put them punches together, man?
Put your hands on the side. Put your hands on the side. Last round, touch gloves.
All right, come on, baby. You gotta go to work, Darnell. You gotta go to work.
Don't let him hold you. Take that time.
Yeah, don't let him hold you, Darnell. Make him work, man. Make this kid work.
Do or die, baby.
Are you okay?
Deep breath.
No.
Shut him up.
Don't let this kid's gonna come out and just throw a bunch.
So you feel? Back it up. All right, let's go. What else you got, man? When you hand on his shoulder, grip that right hand like we practiced. Come on. Let him go. Let that right hand go. I got him out. Come on.
You're just taking the fuck out of here. Yo, come here.
Punch glove. Let's go.
You know, intent will be interesting here. Let's see how Anthony Thompson fights this 10th round. He knows he has the fight won on points. Right now he's boxing and moving. That might be best to win this fight. I don't know if it'll send the best message that he needs to send.
Yeah, hasn't necessarily won the crowd.
No, he hasn't. And you know what? He's winning this fight because he's the better fighter, the more skilled fighter, the more experienced fighter. But he hasn't impressed me at all.
Stop boxing. Break clean. Let him go. Let him go. Oh.
Boone's got to get desperate here.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
His corners told him repeatedly he's losing this fight.
Stop boxing. Break clean. Just a hell of a last round.
Oh, a little sarcasm.
Easy for you to say. Yeah.
I'd say Dr. Jensen
let him go.
has been more entertaining than both fighters.
He has some editorial comments there.
Let him go more.
Double right hand from Thompson. Nothing landing really cleanly. During the break, Dr. James Jenkins could have got clocked on that one. Here comes Thompson.
Stop boxing. Break clean. Let him go.
Escalating his attack. Halfway through this final round. Boone with that little jab and nothing behind it. He's probably used it a half dozen times in this fight.
Oh, did you hear that? Dr. Jenkin said you two are terrible. He's past the point of warning them or taking a point away.
He's off the hook here.
Yeah, he just wants to get this fight over with. And now Boone is holding accessible.
Well, Dr. James Jenkin has refereed over 100 world title fights. Here comes Thompson, including Cuevas Duran. This is not Cuevas Duran, Steve.
No.
Let him go. Let him go.
But on paper, and from talking to Anthony Thompson, he seemed so confident that he would blow away Darnell Boone.
Puncher come out. Puncher come out.
And the best we could say is Boone's got resiliency, but he is definitely outclassed in this one as we hit the half-minute mark in the fight.
With the exception of that one left hook that Boone landed in round 4, I believe it was. He's never looked like he was going to win this fight.
Not really in this fight. Never stopped trying, but never really having an answer. They're trying to close in on Thompson and not punching, and the crowd sees it. As they close the show here in Maywood, California. Let's see if the ref congratulates them.
Dr. Jenkin, the look on his face is like I should have gone to the movies tonight.
Hallelujah, I won.
Well, I have a 98-90 for Anthony Thompson.
Decision coming up momentarily, but if you don't have Showtime, now's your chance. Call 1-888-SHOWTIME. Order movies, special events, fresh original series. Your chance also to win a 2006 BMW 650i convertible. Plus, the 100th caller can win a $50 American Express gift card. You got the best in boxing, of course. We've got a busy calendar coming up this spring, capped by Corrales Castillo 3.
For the past 20 years, Showtime Boxing has been the home of champions. Trinidad, Chavez, Tyson, Hagler, Holyfield, Tapia, McClellan, Leonard, Hearns, Lopez, Corrales, Sue.
Oh, what a heavy right hand.
20 years of boxing's greatest legends. 20 years of the hardest hits. 20 years of the most unforgettable moments. Winner and still champion. Showtime, America's #1 boxing network.
A lot of fights coming up, good ones here on Showtime. Showbox, our doubleheader here, closing out. We're waiting for the decision. Anthony Thompson has been coming back since that near devastating loss 2 years ago when he got knocked out early against Grady Brewer. Tonight, he seemingly dominated Darnell Boone over 10 rounds. Let's get the official announcement from Hector Duarte.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, judges have turned in a unanimous decision. Judge at ringside, Dr. Lou Moret scores the bout 99-90, while judges David Mendoza and Chuck Hassett turn in identical scorecards of 98-90, all three in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, the messenger, Anthony Thompson.
So, no drama there in terms of Anthony Thompson winning this fight. Everybody would hardly agree. It was ugly at times, though, Steve. Not the kind of definitive, spectacular statement I'm sure the winner wanted in this one. In his defense, is it simply a testament to Darnell Boone's durability? Maybe he's just got a very good chin. But I didn't think that Thompson really hit him cleanly enough. He was by far the busier fighter. But what went right, what went wrong for Anthony Thompson?
Well, for Thompson, Boone wasn't the easiest guy in the world to fight. He didn't attack that much, and he did grab quite a bit whenever Anthony Thompson got close. With all that said, I still wasn't impressed with Thompson. I still think he should have done a lot more. He should have looked a lot better.
Well, a manager who's been with him from the beginning, Cameron Duncan, told us yesterday, hey, he's either got to do well tonight or his career is over. What grade would you give him? I don't think this was a career-ending evening.
No, I don't think you'd end your career on this. Of course, that's between manager and fighter. But he didn't only say that he had to do well. He said that he had to look spectacular. I don't think he looked